With Jamie McMurray being congratulated by some of his teammates, I thought...
And I was talking to Tony in the media center, and we thought it was going to be kind of a California all over again. But we just need to work on adjusting our car to make it better at the end of the race. We had a great car at the beginning, and, I mean, it wasn't loose and it wasn't tight. It was just right. And the car just got a little too tight, but pretty good day for the Haviland team.
And you stayed on tires for a long time, taking fuel only a couple of times.
Yeah, Donnie, we had all talked about that in our meeting before the race, that tires just didn't fall off in the Busch race yesterday. So, and track position is so important at a place like this that, you know, we opted just to put fuel in, and sticker tires are scary at these places. You're just all over the place. So with the tires not falling off, track position was more important than tires.
I can imagine that you can't wait to get to some of these tracks the second time.
Yeah, and that's our goal. Everyone talks, you know, what's our goal for the second half of the season? It's just to do better than what we did the first half at that racetrack. So definitely looking forward to being able to go back. I mean, I've been to some of the tracks before, but getting to go back with this team, with the same crew chief, and I have some notes to go off of with these cars. I mean, it's going to be the second half of the season for not just my team, but all of Ganassi's teams is going to be better. We've come a long ways with not only our bodies and engines, but our race cars are just getting better every week.
Okay, Matt, do you want something, Matt?
Well, Bill, Greg Biffle, last week's winner, has a question. He wants to know,
where's Jamie McMurray? I'm ready to go.
Greg Biffle's looking for you.
Oh, I'm not flying home with him.
This just in.
I'm going to Indy. Selling and testing Indy.
And
my girlfriend's flying with him, though.
And the reason is they share an airplane, but
him?
You don't Matt's talking to him.
Oh, no.
And the reason is because you guys share a plane, but he's going to Indy testing, so you don't have to wait on him.
I forgot about that. Last time that happened, he was going somewhere to test. I sat over there and I'm waiting around. I'm going, God, when is he going to show up? And they said, well, we told you 15, 20 minutes ago he wasn't coming, so I got to pay attention more often, I guess. But I tell you, the Granger car started out really, really loose today, and just didn't make a big enough adjustment. I feel bad for the guys because I think we had a car we could run the top 15 with, but tough day for us.
Bill?
Okay, and Biffle said it was his screw-up that they told him and he just forgot. So.
Okay. I need to run over there real quick.
Okay, I got to stop you one more thing.
Right.
You know about that Haviland paint scheme, and you know that a lot of guys have had a lot of success with it, and you know that it's most identified with Davey Allison, and it was 10 years ago today that we lost Davey.
Yeah, and that is one of the coolest things about driving this car is the people that have been a fan of the Haviland cars since Davey Allison drove it. And it's cool to get to listen to the stories that they tell you about how they've been with the car since Davey. So, I said it when I first got this ride that I couldn't imagine having a better sponsor in Winston Cup Racing. So just feel very fortunate that I'm the blessed one that gets to drive that car.
All right, man. Thanks for your time.
Okay,
good luck.
Thank you.
Marty?
And Bill, the man who used to drive that 28 car, or drives a 38 car now that used to be Davey Allison's car. Elliott Sadler with an impressive run today. Started 8th, finished 9th, Elliott. Last time I looked on the board, you were like 12th. How'd you gain so many spots so quickly?
Raymond made a good call at the end to get 2 tires, try to get us some track position. We did that most of the day, try to gas only, 2 tires, 4 tires. We had to keep splitting it up because it's so important here to try to be out front, get some air on your nose, and everybody's so equal, it's so hard to pass. So, but M&M's Ford Taurus to come home top 10, we're very happy with that. We very much needed a run like this today.
I saw you a couple times. You went for some crazy rides this afternoon and almost got in the fence a couple of times.
Yeah, we were real loose in, and Raymond worked on all the guys, and we made it a little bit better. But one time Robbie was pretty close to my back bumper and made me real loose in. So I'm just glad to keep the groovy summer car in one piece. It took them 6 hours to letter it, so I kind of wanted to keep it together for the guys. But all in all, it was a good day, and it goes back to qualifying. We qualified so well Friday. Track position was very important for that long green flag run, and we were able to stay on the lead lap and come away with a great finish. You and I were talking last week, and June and July was a real struggle for this race team. What went right this weekend that you can use from now on? I think that we came here with a brand new body style deal. We've been moving our bodies around a lot and see what I like. I'm new to this race team, Raymond's first year crew chief, so we're trying to learn a lot about each other. I heard Jeremy Mayfield talking about chemistry earlier. That's exactly the same thing that we're going through. They're trying to find something that fits my driving style, and I think we're definitely going in the right direction. And, Doug has been bailing us out with so much horsepower here lately, too. The motor we had today was absolutely unbelievable, so thank the guys in the motor shop for that. But we're just trying to find what works for Elliott Sadler, and I think we do that the second half of the season. When we go back to these tracks for the second time, you're going to see a lot better Elliott Sadler than you did the first half. All right, I think Greg Biffle may need a ride home, so we need to go. Maybe you can give him a ride home, right? I'm not going home. I'm going to Indy. We're going to test. Well, you can give Jamie McMurray a ride to Indy, and then Biffle can catch a ride home with someone else. Yeah, tell him hurry up. We'll leave in about 10 minutes. All right, very good, Dave.
Bill Elliott came home 11th today. Bill, tough day for you in certain ways. Tell us about coming home 11th.
Well, I mean, I got involved in that deal down in 3 and 4, and I was going through it okay, and somebody spun and came off of the bottom and hit me really hard on the left side. And then it was just survival from then. I mean, we were able to run just good enough to stay on the lead lap. But, you know, we'd run good enough earlier in the day to stay there and be decent. But, you know, now today, track positions, everything. Our Dodge, you know, it ran good. Congratulations to Ryan Newman. You know, he pulled off another good victory, but we'll get there.
Were you surprised how well it ran, even after all the damage?
Very much so. I mean, that thing was really tore up that hard and still finished the race.
All right, thanks, Bill. Good finish for him, even though they had a tough day, guys.
I think it's tore up.
Thank you, Dave. And we're back here in the garage area, and this is Bill Elliott's car, and I'm with his crew chief, Mike Ford, and the guys are working on it now. And I just want to know how you got that car home and with an 11th place finish is where I've got you in that condition.
Well, you know, sometimes when you do have misfortune, you can get a little lucky, and we were fortunate in the accident not to get hit in the wheel. And, you know, the guys did an excellent job getting the car back together. It's taped and bungee corded and tie wrapped, and did the best we could to survive the last 50 laps. And it was a good day for the Dodge dealers, UAW Dodge. You know, both cars were capable of finishing in the top 10. We ended up 10th and 11th. So all in all, I think it was a pretty good day.
I talked to a number of guys on both teams, the 9 and the 19 over this weekend, and you guys, both teams, seem really now headed in the right direction again after maybe losing your way for a while.
Yeah, we had some personnel changes over the winter and some rules changes, and you know, we felt directionally it was best for the team. You know, with Kenny Francis over at the 19 now, we're able to rely on each other a little bit, and we kind of took a step back, but we're definitely moving forward now and feel like we're gaining some momentum.
All right, thanks for your time. We'll see you next week.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's Mike Ford, crew chief for Bill Elliott. All done here at Chicagoland on the track. Ryan Newman, the winner. We'll be right back with more.
Back at Chicagoland Speedway, our NASCAR Busch Series update. Bobby Hamilton Jr. dominated yesterday's race here at the racetrack. He will lead the field into the race next Saturday at New Hampshire International Speedway. Scott Riggs leading a very tight championship fight there. Last night, Kentucky Motor Speedway, Carl Edwards with his first NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series win, driving for Jack Roush. They also with an exceptionally tight fight in the championship as they go to race in St. Louis this coming Saturday night. Matt Yoakum.
And Kyle Petty, a 27th place finish. Can you take anything good away from here, Kyle?
Yeah, I can. You know, kind of jumped on our engine guys last week, and probably the wrong way to do it, and I apologize for that. I don't apologize for some of the intent anyhow, but these guys worked 96 hours straight to send us to Chicago with something different. Christian came with one group, we came with another thing, and there's a big difference. They've made some big gains in 96 hours, so my hat's off to them. You know, They worked hard. Our guys worked hard on the cars. I think our cars are better. I think everything's getting a little bit better. So there's a little bit of daylight at the end of the tunnel. We just got to keep plugging at it.
So they were working on different engine packages with the 43 and 45?
Yeah, we have to now. We're just going to have to. You know, we try to stay true to what we do and try to keep as much of it the same as we can. But to make some gains, we're going to have to cut bodies. We're going to have to change engines. We're going to have to change everything we can. I've said that before. We'll change the sinks back at the race shop if that's what it takes to run fast. And that's what we're trying to do. So, like I said, those guys went back, Mike Egge and those guys went back and worked really, really hard. Had a lot of meetings this week, a lot of talk this week, but a lot of work this week.
Now, what was the King saying earlier? You got to hurry because of why?
Why?
Because you got a police escort and you got to go?
I got this police escort right. We've been waiting on Jeremy Mayfield. He's been in there shaving his legs or something. I don't know what the deal is, but now we're going.
And he brought his dog with him, by the way. Come on over to the car. He brought the dog with him. As Kyle's getting in his car, Mayfield's over here. He's hiding in the back seat. By the way, what's your dog's name?
This is Big Mama. Matt.
Okay, the cars are rolling out, the bikes are rolling out. Mayfield, everybody's leaving Chicago.
The Great Escape is on.
We were going to talk to Dale Jarrett, but I don't think we will now. He has decided to go to his motorhome, and he finished 30th today, guys. Up to you.
It was a good try. Not a good day for Dale Jarrett. And so the fans are filing out. The drivers are filing out as well from Chicagoland Speedway after the Tropicana 400. We said at the top of our broadcast about 4 hours ago now, would there be a second groove today? What kind of race would we see? Answer was?
I think it was there.
Oh, the groove was there. It was three. They could run 3 wide through the corners. Not at speed, but we saw the guys 3 wide. It was definitely there, and next year it will be even better. It was, I thought, a pretty good race.
Yeah, even the drivers were talking about, you know, the groove was there. So that's good.
Kevin Harvick, as we recap the race for you, coming in trying to win 3 straight here at Chicagoland Speedway. Green flag before a full house of 75,000. Tony Stewart on the pole. Lap 65, Kurt Busch.
And that is unusual for a Roush car to run out of fuel before some of the other cars.
We move ahead to lap 92. Trouble for Larry Foyt. Turn 4. Into the wall. Okay, he was, but done for the day. His race finished there. Now lap 106, Johnny Sauter with a right rear tire that shreds the corner of his Pontiac. Debris on the track brings out the caution flag. Dale Jr. caught a piece of that debris.
And knocked the front bumper back under. They had to beat it out. Here comes the fake.
Tony Stewart and Kevin Harvick playing a little game of who's going to pit and who's not.
And once Tony Stewart got back in the traffic, he could just never fight his way back up front again.
There was an anxious moment here. 3 wide going into 1.
Tony Stewart getting shuffled out by Robbie Gordon and Elliott Sadler. Kurt Busch's day, he didn't get any better after being out of fuel. The engine ended up blowing up on him. He was done for the day. Pretty heavy attrition in this one today.
The whole weekend was pretty rough for those guys. That was a backup car. They wrecked primary car on Friday.
And as the caution came out, Tony Stewart expressing some displeasure to Robbie Gordon.
He runs up and tells him how displeased he is, but Robbie talked about it. He really didn't have anything he could do because the 38 car had dove on the inside and made it 3 wide in turn 1.
Scary moment here for Dale Earnhardt Jr. Said the car had been kind of evil handling all weekend. Finally just got away from him. One of the championship contenders in trouble. Then this. The scary moment of the day in turn 3. Johnny Benson, Casey Mears make contact. Benson clips Bobby Labonte. And Labonte's car pounds the outside wall and explodes in a ball of flame.
But Labonte, you can see, trying to get out and finally does scramble out.
Final caution, Casey Mears hit the wall in turn number 2. Coming back to the caution, Jimmy Johnson racing Michael Waltrip for 3rd position. Down to the final laps of the race, Kevin Harvick out of fuel with 2 to go. Ryan Newman, who pitted on the same lap as Harvick, had enough to go to the finish. And Ryan Newman with his 3rd win of 2003. And the results from today's Tropicana 400. And that's it for today here in Chicagoland. Our NASCAR coverage moves on next weekend to New England and the New Hampshire International Speedway. Don't forget it's on TNT. We'll be there Saturday with the NASCAR Busch Series race at 1 o'clock Eastern. Then next Sunday on TNT, starting with Discover Card Countdown to Green at 1:30 Eastern, followed by the New England 300. Next, except on the West Coast, a 2-hour Dateline NBC, followed by Law & Order, Criminal Intent, and Crime and Punishment. For our NASCAR on NBC crew, Alan Bestwick, so long from Chicago.
To the garage, boys.
Sweet home, Chicago.
Just lost control of it. That's unfortunate, but Sam Hansford.
Look there, brother, baby, and see what I see. Baby, don't you wanna go?
Check up, Robbie. Man in front of you. Go way low, way low. All right. Back up. The way the game's played, I guess.
Checkered flag is up. Ryan Newman wins the Tropicana 400 2003.
You guys did an awesome job today.